Ayo, I'm Tits,
Ayo, and I'm Areola,
and
and
right
we're here.
now to review Eyes Wide Shut. First of all,
Yes,
Lorenzo, have you ever seen this movie before?
Eyes Wide Shut. No, I've never seen this movie before, and I know why I haven't seen this movie before.
It's pretty intense. I've actually reviewed this movie several months ago. Someone actually requested me to see this, so I would have not reviewed it otherwise. It's a pretty intense movie, to put it lightly. Would you agree with my description there?
No, it's very intense. I'm
Yeah,
surprised that it was just rated R because there was a lot of
it should
boobies
have been
and butts.
it should have been rated triple R for really, really, really raunchy. I
Once
guess
I
it's
saw
four
the
R's.
the bush, I was like, "Ooh, that's a little too much." But
Just a little. It's all
yeah,
right.
just a
I
little.
I got some notes here on my phone, so I'm gonna be checking that throughout the review. Lorenzo,
Mhm.
Uh, first of all, what do you think of our main character, Bill? And Bill is just a doctor, right? He's just a little doctor. What do you think of him?
He starts out okay at the beginning.
Yeah,
Right off the bat, you see Nicole Kidman's ass and body, and it
it's
looks good.
nice.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
very nice body, very nice.
yeah, I
And
agree with you there.
Tom Cruise, I like him as an actor, but he's just kind of like a weird dude. Like his smile's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it feels like he's got like a plastic smile throughout
Yeah,
this. This is a good comparison. Man,
and
Tom Cruise, Nicole
mhm.
Kidman is a pairing I thought I would never see.
weren't
Um,
were they married at that time? I
I'm
feel
not
like they
sure.
were.
Were they married? They
I
were
feel like
married. Yeah.
at that time, right? At that time.
Yeah, they were I think they were married at the
I
time.
think they were a thing. Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's so short. Tom
She's
Cruise,
so short.
you
How
could
tall
tell
is
like
Tom
cuz you
Cruise?
I don't know, I know you've seen like him more cuz you've seen like a lot of the Mission Impossible movies and
Yeah, he
stuff, right?
seems tall in the Mission Impossible movies. Like you can never really tell what his height is in those movies. In this movie, it's like really noticeable how like what height he is. It's interesting. Um
I looked up he's 1.7 meters.
one point meters.
I don't know why
That's
it gave
like
me I don't know why it
what is
gave
that,
me the metric.
5'9"?
It says 5'7".
5'7" is 1.7 meters. What is 2 meters? Is
Yeah.
that 6 feet?
I guess yeah, I would think so. Well, how tall are you?
5'7".
Dang, you're tall as fucking Tom Cruise, shit. And then if you were wearing
Ah,
heels,
yeah.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
depends on how tall the heels are.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
flat-footed, you're the same height as him. You know, like
I
Jesus. I
mean,
don't know.
that is correct. I am the
Mhm.
same height, therefore I can do all the same stunts that he can. 100%. I'm also
Yeah.
going to run off the side of a building and almost not make it into a window. Mission Impossible 4. That's what that is referencing to. Oh man. Well, anyway, Christmas parties.
This
Christmas
is a
parties are
Christmas
nice.
this is like a Christmas movie, right? Because it's all going on during Christmas.
As Christmas is Die Hard.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, definitely. I honestly think that Christmas parties are dangerous because you can reunite with old friends that you probably shouldn't. Do you think the reunition of this good old pal piano player over here, Bill Guy, was like, have a little fun time with this piano player. His finger skills are off the charts. I'd want him to avoid my wife at all costs. What do you think?
Exactly. Yeah. And then he gets like into it with these two chicks that are just like wanting mess with him, and then his
Yeah.
wife is dancing with some old dude that I don't know. He's not that good looking. I don't think so.
Um, I don't know what her standards are. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what her type is. I I don't know. I don't really admire her choice in men, but that's just my personal preference. But what's interesting is that like after they're having a grind fest with different partners, they split off and then go with like different partners, have a gold grind fest. Then they get high and discuss their sexual life. And I'm like, maybe you guys should have done that a little bit before. Or maybe this is like a third time that they're discussing it, but it's the first time on camera. I
Hmm.
honestly think this is the first time that they're discussing what they would do, what they think about other people, the other person have multiple partners. What is your read on that?
It was weird because, like, they get high or whatever, and then
Yeah.
she starts talking about sex and like, oh, don't you fantasize about being with other women? And he's all like, what are you talking about? No, I'm married. I have a kid with you. And she's like, I think about fucking other dudes all the time, basically, you know?
I think about leaving you, and I
Yeah.
think about running away, and I'm like, "Oh, geez, this is completely different than just being sexually attracted to a guy, is wanting to leave your current husband for that guy." It seems a little dangerous.
What's sinful almost, like, it's like
Yeah.
lust, because she even told him, like, even if that guy or whatever that she was talking about, what was he, like, a army dude or something?
A naval
Navy dude?
officer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he were to just be with me for one night, not even promise to stay with me or anything, and it would ruin my marriage, I still would have done it if he had come up to me. And I'm just like, dang, you're a whore, you know?
Yeah, and, like, all of the women in Bill's life too that he, like, tries to help because, like, the whole conversation isn't finished before another person's like, "Hey, I need your help," and then he goes to the patient's house, and that patient is trying to get into his pants. Why is
Hmm.
everyone trying to get into Bill's pants in this movie? Keep them on. They're on for a reason. He's a doctor. He's not a sex doctor. He's not a sex machine. W- Is really what is I don't understand the attraction to Bill. Maybe it's cuz he's a doctor. Maybe it's like all these chicks that he's encountering are gold diggers or something, and they're like, "Oh, maybe he makes a lot of money cuz he's a doctor." And I'm just like, "Oh my goodness." I just seem like these chicks are so transparent.
Well, it felt like right after Nicole Kidman discussed this with him, it like
Yeah.
it
Y-
like was a sexual awakening to him because everything was like wanting to fuck him. Even like on the
Yeah.
street, those dudes were like, "Oh, you're gay! Oh, why'd you suck a dick? You're gay." You could tell like
Yeah.
they wanted to fuck him too. Like
Yeah.
put
They're just
put some
projecting.
sugar in that gas tank, exactly. And
And then another woman Bill
mhm,
meets after this woman, but it's a prostitute.
mhm,
And I'm
mhm.
like, you had a woman who wanted to have sex with you for free, and now you're gonna pay a woman? Like, I guess you're really paying her to leave, honestly.
But that other woman was like kind of old, and her father had just died, right? So I guess maybe she was
Yeah.
vulnerable. I don't know if you wanted to look at it that way. But Tom Cruise, the way he's dressed with the gloves and the coat, he gives me serial killer vibes. Like, and I guess women like that. If you think about it, a lot of them do.
Serial killer vibes? You think
Yeah,
women like want to be serial killed? Like, is it hot or something? Is it like, oh, I'm being so turned on because this is dangerous? Like, is that really what's happening?
I think there's an edge they walk against, like the 50 Shades of Grey. Have you ever seen that? Where it's like
I have
they like
not seen 50 Shades of
you've
Grey.
never seen
Oh,
it? I've
jeez.
seen the first
No.
one. It reminded me of this, the first Fifty Shades of Grey because it's a lot of like tying up and slapping and spanking, and there's a certain edge to it,
Ah.
you know. Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. This movie definitely doesn't have nearly enough spanking or flogging or weird kinky stuff that happens, but there is a friend who invites Bill out to an orgy. That's interesting because Bill is married, and what would his wife think about this? I guess the wife doesn't necessarily care because she's so focused on leaving Bill. Oh my goodness, poor Bill. Poor
Well, he
Bill.
does all that. He does all that shit in one night, right?
Yeah,
He gets the password. He gets a costume, and then even there in the costume shop, that dude's daughter is having sex with like two Japanese or Chinese dudes who are wearing wigs and pretending to be women.
there's sex everywhere in
Dude, there's
this
sex
movie.
everywhere. Yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Turn a corner and it's like, oh, there's two guys having sex. Oh, there's two chicks. Oh, there's a guy and a girl. Oh, there's many people having sex. It
Yeah,
just keeps going on. It's
and then
really
and then
fascinating.
the daughter like gets scared and comes and hugs Tom Cruise and is all horny on him too, and it's like, dude, she looks
Jeez.
like she's like fucking 15 and shit, and
I,
she whispers in
uh,
his ear.
that scene made me so uncomfortable. It's
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And
yeah.
the dude's like, ah, you pesky Japanese people, we're gonna get the cops on this, and I don't know, it
No,
was so
don't do
weird.
that. Don't do that. It's so rude. Ah, man. At least he goes to the party, the orgy party with the costume. At least he makes it safe there. No car accidents occur. Which is nice and
I,
fortunate.
I love how he
Nope.
tips. He
He,
tips very well.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
tips very well. Get it? Ha ha. Sex joke. Boom ching. Ha ha.
We don't know that, but we know he tips very well. I don't know how his tip is.
Oh man.
Uh,
I
but this.
really
Mhm.
sorry, what were you saying?
So when they get to that sex cult, he says the password, and it's just this weird like cult like chanting the music. It's all creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning. Maybe it's like walking into this orgy and if it's like with this weird ritual stuff, I'm like, "Oh, I'm at a cult. Maybe I want to leave because they might do some weird violent stuff and I don't want to be part of that." That's honestly what my read is on that. But I think it is a responsible thing for Bill to do is to not stay for very long, which is what he does. He doesn't stay for very long. And I think that he shouldn't feel guilty about that. He went to the party. He's like, "What is this?" He sees a bunch of sex and he's like, "Okay, well, I have a wife. I feel bad about this. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. There's some weird stuff going on. Maybe I shouldn't be here." And I'm like, he shouldn't feel guilty, but he does. Do you think he should feel guilty?
I don't know because it gets weird because he's obviously he's interested in it.
Yeah.
So I would guess he might feel a little guilty about it. But then one of the hookers or one of the girls at the cult that gets assigned to him is like, "You don't belong here. You need to leave. I'm
Yeah.
gonna save you or whatever." And
This
the
is
cult
savior
like
complex.
yeah, and the cult catches him off guard, asks him what a second password is. He doesn't know it. And I don't know what they're gonna do to him, but that chick sacrifices himself herself for him.
Oh man. Um this is really when the movie gets weird. Huh. I mean,
That's when it got
like,
weird.
the weirdest part is not this part. This is completely normal. What's the weirdest part is he goes home and his wife is having a good time without him, which is concerning, and she's having a wet dream about the naval officer that she met. And I'm like, "Guy, you felt guilty about being at an orgy, and here she is having wet dreams about a guy." Um,
And
mm,
she's so honest about it too. I'd be like, "What the
yeah.
fuck? Couldn't you just say, oh, like it was nothing. I was just falling in my sleep or something."
Dude, dude, she gets off to the idea of cucking Bill.
Mhm.
That's intense, insane. I don't know how to feel
And
about
sh
this.
and she rowdy, like, goes into detail, like, with things, and
I
it's like,
don't like cuckoldry. So
no, it was and then so he's whatever, it's the next night, he's trying to
yeah,
figure out what that sex cult was all about, and
yeah.
he starts getting, like, letters that are saying, "Hey, don't look us up." Like, "Don't ask questions."
That's concerning. That if you're telling me not to look you up, I'm immediately gonna look you up. I don't care if it's by threat of death. You got something you want to hide. I'm going to look you up. Doesn't mean I'm going to report you. It just means I'm going to look you
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna know more about it, like, you only got a little slice of the cake, you wanna know what the whole bakery has to fucking, give, you know?
Yeah, just a little curious. I'm also very curious about this starting to sound, I mean, look like more of a sex cult with big old guys next to the guy who invited Bill to the orgy. And I'm just like, maybe you should run away. You didn't see those guys at the orgy last night. Where did they come from? How does, like, I know them? It's got all these questions in my head, and I'm just thinking, run. Bill, you must run as fast as you can. You gotta go fast like Sonic. You gotta get out of there.
And, he goes there's a point where he goes looking for that guy who gave him the password, the jazz pianist,
Yeah.
and he ends up, like, quote, unquote, "disappearing" because the, guy at the hotel says, "Oh, yeah, 2 big guys came with him, and he looked scared, and he had a bruise on his face." And, even that
Yikes.
guy the guy at the hotel was looking at him all gay too, Tom Cruise, like, sexually and shit. Which that
So
guy coincidentally enough, that guy who was the hotel manager is in Reefer
yeah.
Madness. He was
Oh,
the narrator.
I did not catch that. That was a
Yeah,
good
I was
catch.
like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Oh, shit, it's Alan Cumming."
Hell
Cumming.
yeah.
His last name's
Ha
Cumming.
ha 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 ha. Got him. Funny joke. Oh man. It's sad.
What is said?
Selling your daughter into sex slavery. Why would you do that?
Mhm.
Isn't your daughter supposed to be the future?
I would I don't know. I just hate how proud he is of it. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
hey, check out my daughter if you're looking for something other than costumes." And it's like,
Oh
"What?
my
You just
goodness. What? How much money did you get paid? Like it's like inconceivable. I don't know how I could I couldn't I couldn't be that guy. Like
yeah.
I'd be so protective of my daughter. I don't like that guy.
I at least
Oh my goodness.
I at least wouldn't brag about it like that where you're like, "Hey, she's the finest thing I got in the store. Why don't you
Like
take her for a spin?"
it's like advertising her like a car.
Yeah.
Ah, it's
And then
so
she
gross.
looks like a kid. She's not even like, there's some actresses that are playing younger and they still
Yeah.
look like adults. This girl actually looked like a fucking kid, like her face, and I'm like, "God
Yeah,
damn
it's
it."
really disturbing. I'm
Mhm.
not a fan of that.
And then
I'm
she's
also
just as horny though, too, though.
yeah.
So it's
I
even
mean,
double worse.
yeah. Oh, this movie just makes me feel so many things. It's an emotional roller coaster, this movie is. lots of sex. Like I'm looking at the boobs and butts. I'm like, oh, boobs and butts, and then it's like, oh, the dark undertones of what's happening here. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so happy to look at all these boobs and butts. You know?
That's so weird
Huh.
that like it there's never a penis though, right? I don't think we ever see
Yeah, this
one
is an
penis.
HBO, of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but still, like, you would think the rated R and all the butts and bush and boobs you see, there would at
Yeah.
least be like one penis, and I
Well,
guess that was like the agreement. Like, you could show all the butts and boobs and a bush you want to, but no penis. That's going too far.
I mean, if you were to show a penis, the rating would go from like R to like quadruple R, sextuple R. It'd be so many R's on that.
Yeah.
Speaking of penises, though, his
Mhm.
wife really, Bill's wife really wants that naval officer's wiener. Like, it seems a little bit unhealthy. She seems obsessed.
Well, even Tom Cruise is fantasizing about his wife fucking that naval officer, like, he's picturing
He's
it
in,
in his head.
yeah. You don't have
He's
to
like
picture that.
s
You don't
so
have to.
vividly, like, in fucking black and white, lighting and shit.
Yeah, with
I
all
don't
the
know.
values being all good and stuff. I like the value work.
Yeah, yeah,
Good
no,
value
it's
work,
good.
good colors. I just wanna mention that now that we're on the subject of that.
And, I remember when he goes to look for that, hooker that he just paid to hang out with really quick. He didn't
Yeah.
have sex with her, and then her friend's like, "Oh, let me tell you something. She was HIV positive," and he's just like,
Good
"I
thing
better
I didn't
leave."
have sex with her.
Yeah, he's just like, "Hell yeah, I fucking got
Escaped
uh,
that.
made the right choice there. Hell yeah."
Yeah, I only paid her to live. You know, that's actually charity within itself. He's a good person. Cancels out all his bad deeds in this movie.
At least
Going to
one or two.
orgies,
Yeah.
going back to this orgy place that he's been told not to go back to. And of course, people are like, hey, actually, you're not supposed to be here today. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. This guy is so intriguing. Like, this guy, so he seems so paranoid. I mean, he has paranoia for the right reason, but it's like he's acting so, I'm gonna call it like frantic, panicked. What's your read on that?
He just reminds me of, like, someone that's only read about sex, but never has actually done it. So he, like, knows what to do, but whenever he's
Yeah,
at the opportunity, he doesn't know what to do. Like,
right.
I don't know, it's and then, like, trying to go back to a orgy in the daytime, like, there's never any orgies in the daytime, come on, like
Yeah, you had your chance and you blew it, okay, guy. You had your chance to have an orgy, but you felt guilty, but your wife doesn't feel guilty about wanting to have sex with another man, so I think you should have taken that opportunity, but you didn't.
Mhm.
Sex for you, Bill.
That's what it was. You there was the right place, right time, and you didn't take advantage of it. Sorry.
Yeah, um, I mean, I think also he has the right to be paranoid because he's being followed. Bad
There was a point
situation.
where a bald dude in a trench coat was following him, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, why bald? Where did his hair go? I just want to know. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a pointless question, but I just want to know. It's just I'm dying to know. You dying
Hair?
to know? Yeah.
It looks like he lost his hair, if I had to guess.
Lost his hair or not
Yeah,
shaved
people
it off?
like nah, people like him don't I don't know, it doesn't look like he shaved it off for function, like, especially back then in the
Okay.
'90s, in the '99, when this was made in '99, I don't think
Yeah.
people were proud of being bald. They were trying everything they could to get their hair back.
That's true. I feel like bald is a very identifying feature. Like really bald
I feel like
versus
nowadays bald is like hip and cool, but with the beard, the matching beard, you know.
like yeah, I can see that. Um I personally have never been bald, so I wouldn't know.
Have you ever
what
been
it's
tempted?
what is
Have you ever
that?
been tempted to shave all your head?
No.
Have you ever been tempted? No.
No, I've only been tempted to shave, I mean not shave, cut off long hair and I did that.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's no, that's scary too, because I don't know. Girls are like they do it and then they immediately regret it. But you've never had like a Britney moment where you're just like, I just want to shave all this fucking hair off.
Nah, I think through my decisions. I think about the consequences.
you,
I don't know.
you Doctor Strange that shit. You're like all 14 million fucking.
Yeah, I'm just
Uh,
like thinking about the possibilities. Like, if I were to shave
yeah.
my head, what would happen? Just go through all the possibilities, like you
All the
mentioned.
possibilities. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Let me see.
That
And
chick
then
though
w-
dies. There's a lot of
yeah.
death in this movie.
Yeah, but you don't know what's like why I don't know. Like so it was the chick that saved him at the orgy and
Yes.
she died, but what did she die of? And he's just staring at her.
Overdose.
Oh yeah,
She
yeah,
had an
yeah.
overdose.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
doing quotations because I'm assuming that the people who wanted to initiate Bill really wanted Bill, and that lady being like, "Hey, you shouldn't be here today," is like ruining the cult's plans. This is my prediction on how she died. Like, I think she was probably fed some, I don't know, some
She
poison.
was suicided. But
Yeah, against her will.
I don't get why like they would agree to that. Like, oh, we're gonna like kill you, but Bill. But then the hooker's like, I'll take his place. Okay, you're free to go. And it's like, why we're gonna kill the hooker? Just keep her. She's cool having sex there. Like, I
I
don't see why
mean,
we need to sacrifice a life. We really don't.
they think they do though.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
very strange.
I also don't understand why they need to sacrifice their lives, but like, is it like one soul equals like a doctor soul? Like, is there doctor soul have a certain value versus like a hooker soul? Is there like a one doctor soul equals like five hooker souls?
I don't think that I get where you're going at, but
Yeah,
I don't think a soul can be like equated like that where
yeah,
the knowledge or the use of it, cuz he's still like a piece of shit, like him being a
that's true.
doctor. Yeah, him being a doctor doesn't make him any more like, oh, his soul's more important than hers. He's still
It
here
does
trying
like
to.
cancel out, I guess, the soul. So one equals one soul. Got it. Just
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
clarify the maths.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
think souls are just one and one. That's it. I think so. A soul for
um,
a soul.
yes.
But yeah, at the and then what happens at the end? Let me see. He
So there's a guy who identifies Bill from the orgy, even though
mhm.
this orgy was supposed to be costumed and anonymous. Yeah, they find him out, and I'm like, that's not a very good job of anonymity, like a
Yeah,
bad job.
and he tells him like, "Hey, you need to be careful like, this is they don't want you. Like quit asking questions and shit like that, right?"
Yeah, they're like trying to be like they're trying to threaten him in the silence, pretty
Mhm.
much. And it's like if you're not silent, I'm gonna pull up on you. We're gonna get you. It's pretty much like that. Just little vague threats, just little threats.
Yeah, yeah, nothing directly. And oh
Yeah,
yeah, and then he gets home and he sees the mask on the pillow next to his wife sleeping, and he starts
Yeah.
crying, and he's like, "I'll tell you everything." And I was all, "What? Why are you gonna tell her everything now?" Like, it's fucking weird.
I'm just like, that bitch don't care. I'm just like, she don't care. Like, even though she's like, oh well, fuck. Looks like you're gonna tell me some dirty stuff that you've been part of, even though you haven't touched any pussies or boobs or wieners or ass. You're gonna tell me about your experience at the orgy. Oh fuck, you were at the orgy. Oh fuck. And I'm just like, you don't
And she's
care.
crying. I would say she's
Yeah,
crying, and this is after she's already told him, I want to fuck other dudes besides you, or I've dreamt about
yeah.
fucking other
Oh my
dudes."
goodness.
She's
Like,
still hurt by it.
dude, she's such a hypocrite. I hate her so much. I hate her so much in this movie. It's unreal how much I hate her. Oh my
That's why I
goodness.
feel like this movie was trying to make women feel like, I'm not saying women don't want to have sex as much as men,
Yeah.
but that's what like it was trying to, I feel like, show that like women are just as like horny as men are, you know? That's what I felt
Yeah.
from this movie. I'm not saying they're
Of
not.
course they're horny as men are. They're the ones who reproduce and have babies.
And then
Yeah.
at the end, what are they doing? They're going to the mall, I think, right, with the daughter, and he says something to her, and she's like, "I just want to fuck," or I just really want to go home and fuck," or something, and that's where it ends.
Yeah. It's
Eh,
it's it's cute. The ending is a little bit cute compared to the rest of the movie. Compared to the rest of the movie, it's cute.
no, it was very strange. Like I just felt
Yeah.
like it was, everyone was just horny for Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
and he really. I'm not saying he's not a good looking guy. He's a short dude. I wouldn't be into him,
Yeah.
but he didn't reciprocate very well. He didn't know what to do.
Right, he's definitely very awkward. I wonder if this is based on a true story, mainly about Tom. This is a self-insert character for Tom Cruise. Is my question?
I could see these, I mean, these societies, I'm sure they exist, like secret
Yeah,
cult societies, you know, of the
yeah.
elite, you know. Uh
Of the sexy.
yeah, of the
Yeah.
elite or the Illuminati or the Democrats with, you know, children and all that that they all like talk about, but
You know, I've heard that the Illuminati's really into the Devil's Triangle. But ching.
what's the I was like, "What's that? Is that the vagina?"
It's a sex thing. I forget what it is exactly, but it
Oh,
is
okay.
the devil's. I've heard of it as the devil's threesome, devil's triangle before.
I thought it was the vagina, the devil's triangle, because isn't it shaped like a triangle?
I'm gonna
You're
look it up.
a woman's. This is a
I've
woman's,
definitely heard of it.
yeah,
Okay, Urban
or an
Dictionary.
upside down triangle.
Devil's triangle, a threesome with one woman and two men. It's important to remember that straight men do not make eye contact. So that's the devil's triangle.
That would screw up everything.
Yeah,
Don't you fucking make eye contact with me.
it's very important.
It's gonna turn all this into a gay orgy instead of a threesome.
Yeah, you have to look at the woman the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So that's the rule.
Mhm.
Oh man, this movie is strange. What do you think of this movie overall?
I mean, it was shot beautifully.
Oh yes, it was.
Yeah, yeah, I could say that it was, but it was just really weird. Like I didn't get where it was going, and if it was going anywhere, it didn't get me there. You
Right.
know, like unless it was just trying to make me horny, in which case I have like my medication and I'm into like Japanese women. so it
Mhm.
didn't do that for me at all, you know?
Right. It didn't do the things that it was set out to do.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I would also I agree that it is shot beautifully. I really like the set dressing. The set
Mhm,
dressing and the lighting in this movie is it's so beautiful. It's so artistic and just like the plot stuff, I would also agree that it's like kind of hard to like follow like where they're going with it. It's very like I would say it's very similar with like um Boogie Nights in that way. You've never seen Boogie Nights, but Boogie Nights is just
mm,
like just a lot of stuff happening over the years. This kind of just feels like that, but it's like less time that
mhm.
takes place in. Uh, Overall, this movie is just strange. It's just so weird. I think
Yeah,
I give this movie like a solid 7.5 out of 10. What would you give it?
I'd give it a 7, a
A
7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it held my interest and it was unique, and like you said, it was shot beautifully,
Yeah,
so I give it all that, and but it was just a weird movie, like, I didn't know what to expect, and it
right.
still left me with a bunch of questions. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good read on that.
Unless, like, you're really into ass and tits, which, I mean, I am, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna, like, "Oh, hey, let me go watch a film at the theater," and then come out horny, like, I don't
Yeah, let me go watch a movie real quick and jack off to it.
Yeah,
This is
not at a
not that
theater.
movie.
Yeah. Let me get popcorn, shove my penis in it or whatever.
I would imagine this movie is very good foreplay in 1999 when it came out.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
take
yeah.
your significant other to the movie and you're like, "Hello, significant other, let's watch this movie." And then you come out and it's like you got some really weird feelings. Horny, but also confusion and uh what's another emotion? Weirdness, I guess.
Yeah, Tom
Yeah,
Cruise. But then
Tom
also,
Cruise is the ninth dimension.
can you imagine back then them trying to make, like, a cable TV version of this movie? Like, it would be, like, 20 minutes long.
Yes, it would actually be 20 minutes long. I don't know if they could. They definitely wouldn't try to make a cable version of this movie. I bet they put it on HBO Max in the day. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's
I
just it
found it
seems that
on
type of movie.
I found it on Paramount Plus, and I
You
was
found it on Paramount?
surprised. Yeah, it was on the
Yeah,
Paramount Plus app. I was like, "Oh, hey, there it is, cool." I don't have to, like,
yeah,
search too hard, but it's
it's pretty nice.
very yeah, yeah, but the best part of it, I think, was Nicole Kidman because I was very surprised at how great her body was. She has a really nice body.
Yeah, she does. She definitely worked out
Yeah.
for this role.
Y
Greatly
yeah,
appreciated when
she
women
looked
do that. Work out.
mhm.
Yeah.
And she wasn't shy. She wasn't shy, like, it
Yeah.
was a very good body.
She seemed
Very
very
nice.
confident.
But I think she was with, yeah, I think she was with Tom Cruise at that point, so that makes
Yeah,
sense that they're, like, I guess, comfortable. I don't know.
exactly.
Mhm. But, yeah,
Good
let's
read on that.
see. I have a game here, let me see if I can get it
Ooh,
going. Let me see if
what's
I
this
can do this
game
right. Nope.
called? How tall is Tom Cruise game?
How tall
Guess
yeah, how
the
tall is
height.
Tom Cruise? Yeah, how tall is Tom Cruise in
In
different
different movies.
denominations? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
How many, Chick-fil-A sauces is Tom Cruise?
72.
I imagine that what, let me ask the computer.
Alright,
How many
Google machine. How
how
many
many
how many sauces, Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
sauces is Tom
sauces
Cruise?
Tom Cruise?
Alright, this riveting answer. Currently looking it up. Google's doing its
Try
thing.
Nope, I don't see anything answered
No
here. It just
answers.
all it's telling me is how many sauces can I get at a Chick-fil-A? Like the limit.
There's a limit? What if I gave
I
him
think
money?
No, yeah, I think if you gave them money, they'd give you extra. But I think if you just ask for like a rational amount, they'll be fine with it.
Okay, what's rational? My rational is six. Six sauces
The
at least.
devil's it would be the devil's number. You with
Yeah,
your devil triangle.
I need a lot of
uh,
sauces.
I think 6 is a good number because it's an even number and
Yes,
it's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
you know what's up.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, so
What's
what I'm
this
gonna
game?
do. This game is called guess the Stanley Kubrick film from The Sound, and I don't know, I couldn't think of a good name, but yeah, basically, I'm gonna play a
Okay.
sound. I'm gonna play a sound clip from a Stanley Kubrick film because he directed this movie, Eyes Wide Shut. Apparently, it was his last film, which I
Okay.
guess he just died horny as fuck.
Who
Uh,
wouldn't?
that's the way to go out, right?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
actually.
My last film was with a bunch of boobies, but we'll go ahead. I'm gonna play. There's 6 different ones. I'm gonna
Okay.
play one, and then you guess what movie it's from.
Stanley Kubrick films, right?
Yeah. So
All
they're
right.
all Stanley Kubrick films. I'm just gonna play it, and you just guess. You try to guess. I'm not gonna give you any hints or anything like that. All right.
All right.
All right. Here's the audio for the first one.
At first, I thought they handed me the wrong dossier. I couldn't believe they wanted this man dead. Third generation West Point, top of his class, Korea, airborne, about 1,000 decorations, etc., etc. I'd heard his voice on the tape, and it really put the hook in me. But I couldn't connect up that voice with this man. Like they said, he had.
And that's it. That's the sound.
Okay. I have a list of Stanley Kubrick films. I've never seen any of them except for Eyes Wide Shut. Um,
Okay.
so I'm gonna guess Paths of Glory.
No, that is wrong.
Is a Full Metal Jacket?
No.
Okay. Then I don't know.
It's
I'm only have
Apocalypse Now.
where is that at? Do I have that on this? No, I don't have it on this list. What? Come on, Google.
Ap- I'm pretty sure
Google.
that's a Stanley Kubrick film. I'm pretty sure it is.
All right,
Apocalypse
let's see.
Now.
Let's check IMDb because Google is like, oh, I'm just listing all the Stanley Kubrick
If
films.
if it isn't, I'm sorry.
What was it called again?
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now. I don't see it on IMDb.
Huh.
So,
Weird.
all right, it might okay. It might be there. I'm not sure. Let's just go on to the next one.
All right. We'll call that a mulligan. Let's
Okay.
go to the next one. I'm gonna play it.
Oh, I know what this is from.
That's it.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mhm. That is.
Yeah.
You and you know what? One thing I didn't talk about or we didn't talk about from Eyes Wide Shut,
Hmm.
that piano that kept playing everywhere that like it would like be like ding 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 ding, like it'd be scary, you know?
That's true. I didn't actually catch that, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of what made me want to do like the sounds because
Ah.
throughout that whole thing, it was like ding, ding, and Tom Cruise would be there sweating and probably horny or something. But
Right.
here's the next one. Start it right now.
All right.
There was me, that is Alex, and my three droogs, that is Pete,
It's
Georgie,
lagging.
and Dim,
It shouldn't be lagging, piece of shit.
that is Alex, and my three droogs, that is Pete, Georgie, and Dim. And we sat in the Korova milk bar trying to make up our razoo dogs what to do with the evening. The Korova milk bar sold Milk Plus Velocet, or Centimesque, or Drencrum, which is what we would drink.
And that's that one.
Oh, jeez. What the fuck? Okay, one guess. A Clockwork Orange.
Yep, that was
Oh,
exactly what it was.
nice.
Have you ever seen that?
No,
Have you
I
ever seen that
haven't.
movie, A Clockwork Orange? It's weird. It's weird. I had to watch it for like a film class. It's a very weird movie.
Okay.
All
Yeah, I
right,
don't know what it's about.
here is the next one.
Ooh.
Hopefully I loaded it up right so it won't skip. Right here.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life. Without me, my rifle is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. I must fire my rifle true. I must shoot straighter than my enemy who is trying to kill me. I must shoot him before he shoots me. I will. Before God, I swear this creed. My rifle and myself are defenders of my country. We are the masters of our enemy. We are the saviors of my life. So be it, until there is no enemy, but peace. Amen.
That's that.
Full Metal Jacket.
Mm-hmm. And I have never seen that movie.
Oh, you haven't? I haven't either. I can just
No.
tell by the way it sounds.
Yeah. It's very army like.
Yeah.
There's two more.
Okay.
Here is the next one.
Have we a count of prisoners?
We haven't made the final count, sir.
I bring a message from your master, Marcus Licinius Crassus, commander of Italy. By command of his most merciful excellency, your lives are to be spared. Slaves you were, and slaves you remain. But the terrible penalty of crucifixion has been set aside on the single condition that you identify the body or the living person of the slave.
Oh my god, this piece of shit's fucking lagging.
I do have a guess though.
What is your
Or
guess?
the living
Spartacus?
person of the slave
Yeah.
called Spartacus.
Yeah, it is Spartacus.
Oh,
They say it right there.
What really got me, I was like confused until they said like crucifix, and I'm like, okay, Romans did crucifixion. Spartacus sounds like that. So
Yeah,
you
I
know.
like the idea of Spartacus. I don't think I've seen the actual film, but I like the idea of his story.
I've not seen it either.
Yeah, no, not that older movie. Let's see if this one loads up. This is the last one I got. I'm pretty
All right.
sure this is probably going to be pretty easy to guess, but let's load it up right now.
Shining.
Yeah, let me get it up to that part. Hold on. Where is it? Fucking load, you piece of shit.
Are you trying to get the icon?
Whatever.
Here
It's
is
The Shining.
Johnny.
Yeah. That's exactly what the line is.
Yeah. Here's Johnny.
Here
I've never
is Johnny.
I've never seen The Shining, but I have seen that clip where he
Yeah.
axes down the door. So
No. Yeah, it's pretty iconic. You've never seen it? It's a weird movie. It's good. It's just weird. Like all of this Kubrick guy's films, they're just kind of weird, you know?
interesting.
Yeah. But yeah,
Better
I
check
like
them out.
going off of the audio. They're very interesting to hear, you know, like where some, I guess, directors control that better, you know? Some of them actually care.
I also really like how you can tell what type of movie it is by the audio.
Mhm.
You can tell what genre it is. Like the last
Mhm.
one with the high pitched noise, I was like, "Oh, it's a horror movie."
Mhm.
So
No, yeah, I like that too. Or I don't know, it sets the tone, and like you said, like it says, they act like they care because they're just directing it. They're not really like doing the sound. Someone else is doing all that shit, you know. So they completely
right.
fuck it up if they wanted to.
Yeah, I would imagine there's more like artistic process. Like, oh, let me check what you got. Okay, this sounds good, or maybe you got to change this. I don't know what the process is like though. That's just what I imagine.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, that was Eyes Wide Shut. Uh, very different. Very different.
I wish
Yeah.
my eyes were wide shut while watching this movie.
I was fine with my eyes being open throughout this entire film.
Yeah,
Uh, but again, I was like, "Oh, like there's a point where like you see tits and ass and you're like, "Cool." And then you see it for the 30th time and then you're like, "Ah, okay,
my
now I
eyes
feel
are
like
numb.
yeah, now I
Yeah,
feel awkward, you know?
right. I
Like
know what you
like I
feel.
like I could have finished like with the first two scenes and then you're just sitting there like, oh, I'm done. Why are they still naked? Why are y'all still naked?
It's like more murders, please, in this movie. Less nudity, more murders. And I never thought that would say that, but there's a lot of nudity in this
Yeah,
movie.
the ratio of a nudity to murder is not a good one in this movie.
No,
No,
no.
not a good.
Should be
I
one to
like it.
one.
Yeah, I like it balanced.
So, Lorenzo, where can we find you?
Yeah, you could find me at That's All Funny podcast anywhere podcasts are available. You catch me on YouTube here. I mean, you're already on the YouTube watching us. And you could check out my Patreon, patreon.com/. Lorenzo Arreola if you want to help we got exclusives there and you help support the podcast. Where can we find you, Mint Salad?
All right, I do daily movie reviews. They premiere every day at 7 p.m. on youtube.com/ASU Presents. The movie review series is called Mint Salad Saw. And if you want to request a movie for me to review, like one of your favorite movies, I will do it for $20 at patreon.com/ASU Presents. And I'm currently at 500. I've done 500 episodes of Mint Salad Saw. I think I'm like
Jesus.
501, 502. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of Mint Salad Saws. The
Yeah.
numbers just keep going up. And also, if you like to help support daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, you can go to my link tree to find the way you can help support the daily grind. My Fansly's my main site. It's free to follow. Um, I do live streams occasionally there. So and daily sets. So linktr.ee/titsman salad.
And as you can tell, she's worth it. There's more under there than meets the eye.
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure.
I was sick for a couple of days, so I didn't post sets, but I posted sets for the past like 3 days. I posted 6 sets today. So you can go check those out right now. I'm also
Jesus.
going to stream on there after this as well. So I hope you come by.
Yeah,
It's going to
she'll.
be a fun time. Yeah.
She's my favorite awkward, sexy girl, mint salad. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Y'all go support Mint Salad. She's great. We'll be here next week with another episode. Everyone, what's up?
What was the movie next week?
Lars and the Real Girl, starring Ryan Gosling and other
All
people. I
right.
think he's just the only star in that movie. But he's from the
Okay.
Barbie movie. You know, the Barbie
He's
movie.
from a lot of movies. He's from
Yeah.
Deadpool. And
He's
also a lot of other
he's
stuff.
from Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner.
He's in the new Blade Runner?
Ryan Gosling, wasn't he like the detective?
Um I haven't seen the new I've only seen the old one, the final cut.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling is not in Deadpool. He's not. Dang it. What am I thinking of? Who am I thinking? Ryan Reynolds. Gosling and
Oh,
Reynolds.
okay.
Okay, I was thinking of Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds as the
Okay.
same person, but they're two different people. Why are they both
No,
Ryans?
they are very two different people, but
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we'll be pleasantly surprised with the movie Lars and the Real Girl. I think it's on
Okay.
YouTube for free if anyone else wants to watch it. Most
Lars
of the
and the
time.
Real Girl.
Yeah, so I'll text that to you. We'll all have fun next week.
Heck yeah.
And in the meantime, y'all sign up for all of Mint Salad stuff. She's great. She's wonderful. Support her daily grind. And if you like boobies, check her out and check out this movie, Eyes Wide Shut. You
Yeah.
won't be disappointed.
Oh, also previous episodes of this podcast are also up on my Patreon and also Lorenzo's Patreon as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to check out other episodes of this, check out Patreon.
Yep, either of our Patreons you could sign up, or you could sign up for both. Just do that because you
Yeah.
get a lot of shit from Mint Salads, drawing Pokemon and other cute stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. We have like 240 vlogs that are up there that you can go check out too.
Jesus Christ, all this
Yeah,
content for so little, so cheap. Thank y'all everyone
exactly.
for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.